Hello Aries, this is your relationship reading for August. Okay, just a few more seconds. There's a Knight of Pentacles that flipped over. I don't know if it's going to show up. Let's see. First card is a Six of Swords. The next card is a Three of Wands reverse. I have a Seven of Pentacles. This is a Five of Cups. I have a Queen of Wands, which will be in the center of the spread. This is Justice. I have an Ace of Pentacles reversed. Two of Pentacles. And then the Tower reversed. Okay. So, as far as major arcana, you only have two. You have Justice, which is about fairness, and it's right above this Tower reversed. And the Tower reversed is just, it doesn't mean full-blown destruction. If the Tower was upright, we'd know that there's some serious changes happening. But it's reversed, and it simply means that there are some rumblings, there's some turbulence going on that will be happening in the future. And you have like Three Wands and Three Pentacles and some swords in water here as far as elements and you know, what are the forces motivating this relationship. So this clash between the Wands and Pentacles, and maybe not even a clash, they seem to be responding to each other, meaning you have a Three of Wands, and of course Wands represents fire, which is your element. We have a setback in plans, some delays for, you know, for some of you, especially when you have this Seven of Pentacles, which is waiting with hope, and then you have a Six of Swords here, which is traveling. It could be physical travel, but it can also be emotional traveling, getting to a better place. It seems as if this Three of Wands is showing up here right in the middle to indicate that you really want to move forward in a particular relationship. You really want to get to that happiness and peace. And you've made so many changes with the Six of Swords, and now it seems like this Three of Wands brings another setback, and you're waiting again. Okay, you're like, let's get on with it. Okay, and so I kind of feel like in the past there's someone who, that some of you are attached to, some of you who have partners who you kind of have to pull them along. They're not getting with the program. They're not showing commitment. They're attached to you, but it feels like you're doing most of the work and they're not. And especially with this energy of waiting with the Seven of Pentacles, it seems like, you know, you've been waiting a long time. For some of you, this has been an extended situation, especially if you're in long distance relationships, which is definitely something the Six of Swords could be indicating. You know, long distance relationships, people, you know, and promises are made. Yes, we are going to live in the same city. We are going to get together. But this Three of Swords, it's frustrating for you because it seems like there are always delays. So that's one scenario that I'm getting. But I'm definitely getting plans that have been there, big setback in plans, big setbacks in the relationship. And now you're in the waiting game again. So when we get here to that middle row, things kind of really seem to come to the forefront as far as whatever issues, because we have a Five of Cups here, and this could be the card of regret. It can also be the card of apologies and a loss. You know, like when a couple has a big argument and it hurts feelings, and you try to make amends to each other, and you try to move forward from the argument. So there's a lot of emotional regret and loss, missing someone even. Some of you Aries are probably like, maybe you miss the earlier part of the relationship when things were going good. And keep in mind, next to this Queen of Wands, she's sort of like this fiery energy as well, where she's not as active as the king. Kings are the more active, queens are the more passive. But I almost feel for some of you Aries people with the Queen of Wands, you're in this mode of, I'm ready to be done with it. One way or the other, I will move forward. I will give you my trust and loyalty. Just stop messing around with my head. And fairness, I think that's when justice starts playing a big role here. That this is about fairness, that you're not, some of you might be having partners that have not been fair to you, who keep, quote unquote, doing you wrong. And I think Aries, your patience is wearing thin. So the Queen of Wands is always about, mentally she's very confident and she's very strong, and she doesn't tolerate situations for very long. That's when that fire energy can be useful, where you're like, okay, you might be a little impatient, but it also means that you just don't tolerate anything for negative situations. You don't tolerate being played for very long, and especially when it's an issue of a violation of trust and loyalty. So when we get to more pentacles here, maybe some of you are attached to an earth sign. The Ace of Pentacles is reversed. Someone's ego might be out of control, but also when an Ace of Pentacles is reversed, we're talking about missed opportunities, someone blowing off an offer that maybe they should have considered a little bit more carefully. Okay, and even a little bit of greedy, because Pentacles always address the material world here. And I get a feeling from the other person, the other partner here, that this is someone who's always apologizing to you, who's always someone that has always offered excuses to you, and you get pulled in, and then eventually you find out, hey, this person pulled the football away again. You're Charlie Brown. It's like Charlie Brown and Lucy. Lucy holds the football. She says, go ahead and kick it. I promise I will not pull it away. And then the moment Charlie Brown tries to kick the ball, she yanks it. And that can go for man or woman. I get a feeling that definitely some of you women are very, very frustrated. That just when you get to that point where you feel like things are on a roll, that football is pulled away. Okay? And so the Two of Pentacles is very important here, because it can mean being very busy and juggling things and trying to keep things in balance. But it comes at the expense of emotions. You see the little boy juggling, but his back is turned toward the water. And he's not acknowledging his emotions. He's staying busy. He's focused. And it could even mean someone that some of you are attached to who's not very committed. They like dating around. They could be dating someone else, and they have a hard time making emotional commitments. And it just occurred to me that water does play a big role in this spread, because you'll note that the Three of Wands, he's looking out over the water. The water is where he has set his ships a sail, because the ships are carrying his or her dreams. They're carrying your dreams. And so I think it's interesting how this Six of Swords, we have a boat traveling over water, and then we have the Three of Wands, and this boat is farther along on the sea. And it could mean that for some of you, there was a partner that wanted to break up, who needed to find themselves, who relocated, and this is you staring out at that boat, looking at where it is going. So this could be a very strong indicator for some of you Aries that there's someone who emotionally, especially with this Five of Cups also, who emotionally has some issues and they're not really able to commit. You know, they run away from their emotions. And so that's when we get these two women with wands here. Like, it's time for fairness, it's time to come clean, it's time for loyalty, it's time to get it together. That's more than anything what the Queen of Wands is all about. She's ambitious, she's motivated, she's inspired, she's creative, and she also has this fiery passion for whatever she does. So you have that passion, but I think I get that feeling that you just cannot tolerate for very long. So this person here with the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and then they're just all over the place juggling with the Two of Pentacles. We have this chaos here with the Tower in reverse. So for those of you who are like with someone, it could, in varying degrees, you're with this person and you're like, I hope they get it together, I'm with you for the long haul. But this person is promising you they'll get together because they don't want to lose you. And then in other aspects, I feel that there's someone, some of you Aries could be attached to, who emotionally just isn't a very loving, giving person. They have that little bit of selfishness with the Ace of Pentacles. And you need to be aware of that type of energy. Okay. So I'm pulling your outcome card. And I have another Eight of Pentacles, getting to work. Maybe that's what this person is going to do after they try to prevent this tower from overturning and everything just comes crashing down. You know, I think the energy of this other person is to be focused, to be committed, to get it together, to bring balance and fairness to this relationship. So things will even out, things will smooth out. But I gotta tell you, Aries, it feels like they're taking you to the brink of where you're like, I am done with this, I am so over this. So that was your reading. And I apologize that it's a few days late. But last month I mentioned that I've got so many projects going on. But thank you for your patience, and I do intend to see you next month, and I wish you love and light.